with the Family Life Insurance Company. I'm here in Houston, Texas this evening. Tim, were you going to start with any comments?
Yeah, buddy. Thank you very much for coming on the call, and welcome everybody in Viva from around the U.S. And hope everybody's not flooding in Dallas and Houston. And guys, tonight is a very, very special call, and it's something that I asked Philip and Scott a month ago if I could host because it was something very near and dear to me. But you know, when we named our company Viva, many of you knew what it meant, and it meant in Latin, in life. And most of you know that over the last 6 months, we've been working on something that was very important, and that was to build a relationship, to develop a relationship with a company. And I said a relationship, not just becoming a carrier, but a partnership with a company where we could offer products, user-friendly products, to people throughout the U.S. and also to people that are possibly here on work permits, visas, things of that nature. If you look around the U.S., there's hundreds of carriers. There's carriers that do great jobs, but there's one company in particular that has specialized in going after different demographics here in the U.S., and that company is Manhattan. It's out of Houston, Texas. We're here with the president of the company today, Mr. Vala, and he's going to be introducing you what's going to be taking place in the upcoming months with our company. And as you look at it, I want you to picture sitting down with a homeowner, instead of them just seeing a brochure with the carrier's name, but seeing a brochure with the carrier's name and with your personal name on it, or with a brochure with the carrier's name and Viva on it. And to be able to sit down with somebody, regardless if they were from Mexico or Vietnam or China, and they were here on a visa work permit or a visa, an IN number, and you were able to insure them. Millions and millions of people that are here in the U.S. that are going through the system, but they don't have their Social Security number yet. We just opened up a brand new market, a brand new area to where you can now help and make sure their family is covered. And this is all responsible because a gentleman by the name of Vala started years ago saying, this is a market that I want to help. It's a huge demographic in California, Texas, and Atlanta, and it's something that's near to his heart. It's something that we're proud to introduce to you guys tonight. Mr. Al, are you there?
I'm here.
Well, buddy, I'm just going to sit back and watch and smile. I've been waiting for this a long time and listen to what you have for our company. And more importantly, thank you for the day that you let me and Mr. Philip Hudgens come to your office and start this relationship.
Well, that was definitely my pleasure, and we're looking forward to a great relationship with Viva and all of your associates nationwide. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce all of you to our Viva Life program. As Tim said, about 8 years ago, we redid the Family Life Insurance Company. We designed the Viva Life program, and at that time, you know, our focus was on middle-income America, especially the Hispanic market. I don't know if any of you pay attention to LIMRA. But LIMRA is the Life Insurance Marketing Research Association. And LIMRA says that 50% of middle-income Americans do not have life insurance, other than what may be provided by their employer. And in most cases, that's a group term product that is not portable if they change employers. LIMRA also says 80% of the Hispanic market does not own life insurance. And the basic reason is because no one has offered it to them. The Hispanic market is very, very family oriented. And having life insurance is very, very important to those families as well as all middle income families. So what we did was build products that serve that market. And these products have been received very, very well, and we're looking to continue to grow this marketplace with Family Life so that we're known as the #1 company in the middle income family market, especially in the Hispanic community. So that's kind of where we want to start today. And first, let me tell you a little bit about our organization, because it's bigger than just family life. We are the Manhattan Insurance Group. We were founded in 1982. Our founder, our chairman, and our CEO is David Harris. David Harris started the company in 1982 with $2 million in assets. He started as an acquisition company. Over the years now, he has done 90 different acquisitions where he has either purchased a company or he has purchased a block of business. We operate with 4 marketing companies today. First, the Manhattan Life Insurance Company. We sell Medicare supplement and annuity plans through this company. Second, the Central United Life Insurance Company, which is our supplemental health company. Here we sell products like accident, cancer, critical illness, hospital indemnity. Our company is very, very similar to Aflac, but we don't pay for all the advertising that Aflac does. As I'm sure you can imagine, that duck is very, very expensive, and we decided we want to put our monies into benefits for the client and fair commissions to the associates who sell these products. Our third company is Family Life. That's our domestic life company, and that's where all of our Viva Life products are located. The last company is Western United Life Assurance Company. This is our annuity company. So, from 1982, starting with $2 million in assets, at the end of 2015, our assets were well over $2 billion. So we've had significant growth over the past many years, and we are very, very successful with 2015 being a record year in both sales and in profits. So that gives you some idea about the Manhattan Insurance Company. So now I want to introduce you to our Viva Life products. There are 4 Viva Life products that we offer today. The first is called Viva Life Professional. This product is for a young adult who needs basic life insurance coverage, if for no other reason than to protect their insurability. Someone 20, 25, 30 years old, single, if they were killed today, it probably would be by accidental means, but they need to protect that insurability so that if they get hurt or if they have a serious illness, they have life insurance coverage. Secondly, it's a Viva Life Family. This is for the family market, middle income America, where we can provide life insurance protection on mom, dad, and the children, all in the same policy. Our third product is called Viva Living Benefits. It's for that middle-aged client who maybe is concerned about coming down with a critical illness like life-threatening cancer or having a heart attack or having a stroke. This product pays a critical illness benefit if the person has one of these medical situations, and also then pays life insurance at a later time when they would pass away. And the fourth product is called Viva Lifetime. This is a whole life product. This is for that older age client who wants permanent life insurance coverage. It offers level premiums and guaranteed cash values. And it can also be sold as a juvenile plan. So those are the 4 products we're going to talk about this evening. I'm going to go into a little more detail on there and want to tell you some other things about family life, some of the benefits we have available to you as well. Here's some things to really keep in mind. These are things that really are important for Viva Life. First, the products, all 4 products you've seen are simplified issue products. They're quick, they're easy, they're simple. Secondly, we accept clients with an ITIN number. As Tim was saying, we will take any client that permanently resides in the United States that has either a Social Security number or an ITIN number. ITIN stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. When someone comes to the United States and they get a job and they need to pay taxes, they apply to the IRS for an ITIN number. The IRS provides that number. It will always start with the number 9. So you then know that that is an ITIN number. When you are working with a family, you either have to have a Social Security number or you have to have the ITIN number. Next, the riders on the plans are optional riders. So you're able to custom design these plans to fit your client's needs and to fit their budget. The applications only have 4 health-related questions, and we'll talk about underwriting more in a little while. The applications are available in both English and in Spanish. Both our online application system and our paper apps. We have actually filed the application with about 15 states and have it approved where the application is actually in Spanish. So if you have a Spanish client, does not speak English, they're going to be a lot more comfortable doing the application, whether it be online or paper, in Spanish. Next, you do not need to see the client in person. That's a big deal. When I show you our online application system, you will be able to take an application from a client over the phone. And last, on the online application system, the mother's maiden name is the electronic signature. So it's not necessary for you to go back and forth with DocuSign or getting any papers signed. So the electronic signature is the client's mother's maiden name. Those are some really important things that will help make Viva Life one of the best products that you've ever sold. Okay, let's talk about the products here for a minute. First product was Viva Life Professional. This product offers you simplified issue level term insurance from $25,000 up to $250,000, and it comes with the accidental death benefit rider. This rider is optional. If the client chooses this rider, it automatically doubles the amount of life insurance protection. Remember, this product is for the younger person, the person who, if they were killed today, it probably would be by accidental means. So for a very small amount of money, they're able to provide up to $500,000 of life insurance protection with Viva Life Professional by simply adding the accidental death benefit. The next product is called Viva Life Family. Just what it says. This product is protect mom, dad, and the kids all in the same policy. You can also add the accidental death benefit on both mom and dad, and the children's term insurance rider provides $10,000 of term life coverage on each child in the family, no matter how many. In building this product, you could actually insure dad for $250,000, mom for $250,000. You could add the accidental death benefit on both, so they each had $500,000 of total coverage, and then have $10,000 of coverage on each child. So this is a wonderful family plan that's very affordable for middle-income families. Let's talk about Viva Life and how it's built right now. Viva Life is a 20-year simplified issue level term product for issue ages 18 to 55. If you have a client who is ages 56 to 60, we can then issue a 15-year simplified issue level term. So actually the issue ages are 18 to 60 on our Viva Life Professional and our Viva Life Family products. Here are the face amounts that are available: $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, and $250,000. Those are 6 choices that the client has for both the primary insured and the additional insured on the family plan. The reason why we only offer 6 choices, we want the product to be sold quickly and easily. So these are plenty of choices for the client so that they can quickly make a decision as to which amount is right for them. Okay, let's talk about the riders for a second. The accidental death benefit rider simply doubles the death benefit if death occurred by accidental means, and it is available on both the primary insured and on the spouse or additional insured. The spouse or additional insured rider. As I mentioned on the family plan, you can add the spouse from $25,000 up to $250,000. The face amount must be equal to or less than the primary insured. It cannot be greater than the primary insured. But here's the secret. If you have a family where dad needs $250,000, mom needs $250,000, you're good to go. If dad, let's say, is a stay-at-home dad, or mom is the primary breadwinner, you can always show mom as the primary insured, where you could insure mom for $250,000 and then have dad as the additional insured for $100,000, let's say. So just remember, whoever the primary insured is must have the higher face amount of coverage, or it can also be equal to the additional insured. An additional insured can be a spouse, significant other, domestic partner, as long as there is an insurable interest. Here's the children's term insurance rider. $10,000 on each child, no matter how many children. The cost is $6.48 per month, whether there's 1 child or whether there's 10 children. The issue ages are 0 to 17. The rider contains a conversion option prior to age 25 for up to 6 times the amount of coverage. So that means that each child on the rider can convert their $10,000 of coverage to $60,000 in a permanent plan prior to their age 25. One other neat aspect of this rider, let's just say that mom was killed in an automobile accident and she had 2 children that were covered under the child rider. The child rider's coverage on the 2 children would automatically become paid up since mom died in the automobile accident. So the $10,000 on each child would become paid up until they would do the term conversion or until the term period on the mom would have expired. So that's a very nice feature that's included in the child's rider. In the base plans, there is a conversion option, and it is renewable. The conversion option is during the first 10 policy years without evidence of insurability. So if mom or dad purchased our Viva Life product and they wanted to convert that to a permanent plan, they could do so within the first 10 policy years. The policy is also renewable to age 95. What that means is that after the 20-year term period expires, the client has the opportunity to keep the policy in force by simply paying the new premium based on ART rates based on the current age at that time. So each year, the premium would increase based upon their attained age, but they could keep the policy in force to age 95. Here's the pricing for our Viva Life Professional and Viva Life Family. Let's look at age 35 at the bottom. If the client wished to buy $100,000 of term life coverage, the price is $22.59 per month. If they wanted to buy $250,000 of coverage, age 35, the price is $48.38 a month. Please note that our Viva Life products have unisex rates, which means the male and female rates are both the same. Now, if you add the additional insured rider to the product, again for $100,000, male or female, age 35, the price is $17.19 per month. And for $250,000, it's $42.98 per month. You might be thinking, what's the difference? The difference is a policy fee. We do charge a policy fee of $60 per year, $5.43 on a monthly basis, and that amount is added to the primary insured's premium. So for the additional insured, you're paying simply the true cost of the insurance. The accidental death benefit premium for $100,000, ages 0 to 49, is $9 a month, or $22.50 per month for $250,000. And the children's term insurance monthly premium is $6.48 a month. Keep in mind, these premiums are simplified issue, standard to table 4 premiums. That helps us issue a policy very, very quickly and be able to cover many of the minor health issues that some clients will have. Now let's go on to a couple other products. Viva Living Benefits. Viva Living Benefits is exactly the same term life insurance coverage, but on this product we add a first occurrence critical illness benefit. You have 4 plan choices. You can purchase $50,000 of term life coverage with a $25,000 critical illness benefit. You can purchase $100,000 of term life with $50,000 of critical illness, $150,000 term life with $37,500 of critical illness, or $200,000 of term life with $50,000 of critical illness. Here are the critical illnesses that are covered: life-threatening cancer, heart attack, major organ transplant, paralysis, renal failure, and stroke. There are also some partial benefits. If one of your clients would go into the hospital to have coronary bypass surgery, heart valve surgery, or aortic surgery, they would qualify for a benefit of 25% of the benefit amount. So let's say that they purchased $200,000 of term life coverage with $50,000 of first occurrence critical illness. That would get them a benefit of $12,500 if they had heart surgery. Also, another partial benefit is 10% of the benefit amount if they would have angioplasty or cancer in situ. So in my same example of $50,000 critical illness benefit, if they went in for angioplasty, they would get a benefit of $5,000. Please keep in mind that the critical illness rider is an accelerated benefit rider. So if any benefits are paid, they are subtracted from the life insurance amount. If we would write a check for $50,000 for someone who had a heart attack or stroke or life-threatening cancer, the life insurance amount would then reduce to $150,000, and so would the premium. We would adjust the premium to the amount remaining in force for the balance of the term period. So a very neat little critical illness rider, especially for that client that's 40, 45 years old, 50 years old, that is starting to worry about the possibility of a heart attack or a stroke or coming down with cancer. Here's your pricing for our Viva Living benefits. Again, for someone purchasing $100,000 of term life coverage with $50,000 of critical illness, the price is $42.44 per month. Someone purchasing $200,000 of term life coverage with $50,000 of critical illness, 35-year-old, the price is $59.63 per month. Now let's talk about our most recent product that we've just introduced, and it's called Viva Lifetime. Viva Lifetime is only available in about 15 states at the present time. However, it will be available in almost all states by the end of the year. Viva Lifetime is a simplified issue, whole life product. The rates are standard to Table 2. The issue ages for a juvenile are 0 to 17, and for an adult, ages 18 to 65. Now you might be wondering, why are the level term products standard at Table 4 and the whole life product is standard at Table 2? Very simple reason: price. When we looked at the pricing of the product, we wanted to give you a competitive price so that you would be able to sell our Viva Lifetime product to middle-income America. To be honest with you, standard at Table 4, the prices were just too expensive. So we decided to tighten up the underwriting just a little bit so that we could offer you competitive pricing on our Viva Lifetime product. Here are the face amounts that are available: $10,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, and $50,000 on a juvenile. On an adult, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $75,000, and $100,000. Again, plenty of choices to fit the client's needs. Payment options. On the Viva Lifetime product, you can pay for your entire lifetime. That's going to be the least expensive premium. You can pay on a 20-pay basis, which simply means you pay for 20 years. The issue ages for 20-pay are 0 to 60. So you can select the 20-pay option all the way up to age 60. When the 20 years is completed, the policy is then paid up and no further premiums are required. You can also select paid up at age 65. The issue ages for this option are 0 to 45. So this option is only available up to the client's age 45. You must have at least 20 years of premiums being paid for the policy to be paid up at age 65. We also offer a single premium option, but this right now is only available in one state, which is Illinois. The whole life product comes with an automatic premium loan provision that is optional, that you select on the application. What APL simply means is that if the client would not pay a premium by the end of the grace period, and there is sufficient cash value in the policy to pay that premium, an automatic premium loan will be processed to pay the premium due and keep the policy in force. When you complete the application, you will need to select this option on the application. If you do not, the policy will not be issued with an automatic premium loan provision. The interest rate on policy loans in our whole life product is 7.4%, paid at the beginning of each policy year. The policy also comes with non-forfeiture options. If a policy is issued with the automatic premium loan provision, the non-forfeiture option will be extended term insurance. If the policy is issued without the APL provision, the non-forfeiture option will be reduced paid up insurance. Let's talk about the underwriting for a second. There are only 4 health-related questions on the application. The first one asks whether the client has used any form of tobacco products in the last 12 months. Yes, no. Question 2 lists a long list of medical conditions, asking if the client has had any of these conditions in the past 7 years. If the answer is yes, you should always write down the name of the condition, the doctor that's treating the client, the name of any prescription drugs that the client is currently taking, and you should tell us that their medical situation is under control or is no longer an issue, whatever the situation may be. The third question will ask you if the client has used any illegal drugs in the last 7 years. If the answer is yes, this will be a decline on the application. So if the client tells you they've used marijuana, they've used cocaine or any other illegal drug, you should not even submit the application. The last question is, have you been denied coverage in the past 7 years for any reason? And if the answer is yes, you should again explain that situation, because many reasons 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, we may be able to issue that policy today. When we receive the application in the home office, we will order an MIB report and we will order a prescription drug profile. If any of the information that you provided on the application does not match what we find on an MIB report or a prescription drug profile, we will do a telephone interview with the client. Our underwriting department will notify you that a telephone interview is needed. We can either call the client or we can give you an 800 number for the client to call our underwriting department. Please remember that due to HIPAA regulations, we are not allowed to share with you the medical condition that we need to talk to the client about. We can simply tell you that information was discovered on a prescription drug profile or on the MIB report, and we need to talk to the client concerning that information. Okay, before I get into the online application system, Amy, if you're still there, if you want to turn this back on, I could take any questions. Okay, I'll just keep on going then. Okay, probably the most important thing that's going to help you make sales with our Family Life Viva Life products is our online application system. When you are contracted with Family Life, within 48 hours, you will receive an email that will contain your agent number, and then you receive a second email that will provide to you your Manhattan Direct enrollment link. That is what you're looking at in front of you on the screen. At the top where it says Manhattan Life will be your name, followed by your address and your telephone number. Built into this link will be your agent code. So any sale made using our online link will be credited to you. You will be paid the commission. You will receive the production credit. This online link allows you to make sales in a variety of different ways. First, in the olden days, you would go into a client's home. You would sit at the kitchen table and you'd make the sale and you'd complete a paper application. You can still do that today if you would like. We have paper applications available in English or in Spanish. But what if you could go to the kitchen table and you could open up your laptop, and as long as you would have an internet connection, you would be able to call up our Manhattan Direct online enrollment system, and you'd be able to take the application online with the client. You could use your laptop, you could do this on your iPad, or you could do this on any smartphone. So you don't have to have a laptop. You could simply walk in with an iPad. You could simply walk in with your smartphone, and you would be able to present the products, and you'd be able to get a quote, and you'd be able to complete an application online from the client's home. Now, what if you were working out of your office and you called a client on the phone? Let's say it was a client you had sold before, and you were following up, and you were telling them that you have a great new product called Viva Life that you'd like to offer to them today. You'd be able to present the product over the phone to the client. You'd be able to give them a quote. You'd be able to take the application online. And remember, the electronic signature is the mother's maiden name. So you could complete the entire process working from your office or from your home. What if that particular client said, you know, Tim, I'm busy right now, but could you send me some information? You'd be able to take your hyperlink, you'd be able to attach it to an email and send it to that client. When your client got home this evening and they see your email and they open it up and they click on your link, they would see first the screen that you're looking at right now. They'd then be able to read about the product. They'd then be able to get a quote. They'd then be able to apply online themselves. And at the end, they would enter their mother's maiden name and they would hit submit. We would send an email to that client thanking them for buying Viva Life, and we'd send an email to you. Let's say it was 10 o'clock at night and you were watching the 10 o'clock news on TV and your client opened the email. The client liked Viva Life. The client completed the application. You just made a sale and you were at home watching television. Heck of a deal. Now, for any of you that have a website, you can load this hyperlink into your website. If you send postcards, you send monthly newsletters, however you communicate with your clients, in that communication, you could tell them to go to your website, that you have a great new product called Viva Life. They'll be able to learn all about it on your website. They go to your website, they click on Viva Life, it opens up, they read about the product, they get a quote, they apply online, you just made money and we're not even involved in the sale. Your website's up 24/7, so you're in business 24/7. Now, with something as good as this, there are also problems. When you make a sale to a client, you still have the responsibility of building that relationship with your client. If you use this system just to make a quick sale and you don't follow all of the other rules about building a client base, you're going to find that these policies will lapse 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. If the client never hears from you again, the policies will not stay on the books. Let me offer this suggestion. Use what I call the 5-touch approach. You're going to make the sale day one. That's your first touch. Whether you're doing it on the phone with the client, whether you've sent them your hyperlink, whether they're going to your website. Somewhere in there you're making that sale. Second thing to do. The policy can be mailed either directly to you for delivery or to the client for delivery. That's your choice. If you know the client, it's okay to mail it directly to the client. But please be sure to contact them after they should have received the policy. Make sure they don't have any questions. Make sure the policy arrived on time. Let them know who to contact if they do have any questions. Third, be sure to call them on their birthday. Wish them a happy birthday. Let them know you're thinking about them. 2 other times during the year, be sure to call and follow up with them. Maybe you can offer them another product. Maybe they can need additional coverage. Maybe they can give you referred leads where they can point you in the direction of making another sale. So please keep the 5-touch approach in mind so that as the year progresses, you're keeping in contact with your clients so that they're keeping their Viva Life policies on the books. Okay, now, here's the first screen you'll see. This will be a menu screen, and it will have all of the products that are available to you through our Manhattan Direct online enrollment. Let me tell you that several of the products through our Central United Life Insurance Company are also available through this online system. So you could have up to 10 or 12 products available if you wish. You select the products. When you're contracted, you'll receive just the family life products, but it's possible to add additional products down the road. Here's the second screen. It's going to tell you about the product. So whether you're sitting in front of the client in their home, whether you're in your office, whether you sent the link to your client by email, here's information about the product that explains it, where you can use this information to make your presentation, or the client can use this information to learn about the product. And they simply click on Get Quote. The next screen comes up for them to enter their birth date, male, female, tobacco, yes, no, their state of residence. Monthly is the normal payment mode. The effective date will automatically be there for you. We normally set the effective date 10 days to the future to give us time to underwrite the policy and deliver it to the client. And then coverage amount, you're going to select the amount of coverage and you'll add whether there's an additional insured or not. That's how the system knows whether to show you an application for Viva Life Professional or for Viva Life Family, so we know how many people will be covered under the plan. The next screen that will come up will give you all of the various face amounts and the premiums for each face amount. With this, you'll be able to custom design your Viva Life product for your client. You'll be able to tell them if they want $25,000 of coverage on both mom and dad. On dad, it's $10.49 per month. On mom, it's $5.09 a month. At the same time, you'll know that $250,000 is $51.53 on dad and $46.13 on mom. So you can just simply click the appropriate circle to tell the system what face amounts are correct for your client. You can add the accidental death benefit by simply clicking the appropriate box, and you can click the child rider. You'll always know what the total premium is going to be. When you've got the product designed just right for your client, you click on Apply, and the system will take you into the application. In the application, you're going to enter applicant information, the residential address, mailing address, if different than the residential address. If there's a payer, let's say dad was paying premiums for a child who was 18 years old, you fill in the payer information. And down here at the bottom, you'd fill in, if there's a child rider, how many children are going to be covered. If you tell the system 3, then the system's going to ask you for the names, genders, birth dates of all 3 children. The system's going to let you enter the beneficiaries, both for the primary insured and for the additional insured. And you can also do a contingent beneficiary if needed. The billing is going to be either bank draft, credit card, or list bill. These products can be sold in any of these methods. I would caution you on credit card. Our history has found that credit card will cause you a tremendous amount of service work. Anytime a card is compromised, the client gets a new card with a new number, expiration dates come up, client can be at their maximum on their card. We just find an awful lot of service work with credit cards. We find that policies stay in force better if you use bank draft as the method of payment. The next thing you'll have on the app will be the replacement questions. Every state is different, so the system is going to plug in the appropriate replacement questions. And then we're going to get into the underwriting questions. Now on this screen, what you see is the questions have been, are here twice. This is because it is Viva Life Family, where we're covering both mom and dad. So here you're going to ask the questions on dad, then you're going to drop down and ask the questions on mom, simply answering yes or no. If you remember, I told you question number 2 had a whole long list of medical conditions. If the answer is yes, you simply fill in the information right here. We want to be sure you give us the doctor's name, any medications the client is taking, and you want to tell us that it is under control. So something like high blood pressure, let's say they're taking some medication, Dr. Jones, under control. That's all you need to put here. What we're looking for is that the information you provide matches the information we obtain from the MIB report and from the RX profile. If anything does not match up, then we will have to do a telephone interview with your client. Here's the last page of the application. As I mentioned, you can tell us here, it says mail to. If you click that box, it will say mail to agent, mail to client. If you want us to mail this to your client, you can give us name and address. We'll be happy to do that. If you have any special requests, simply fill that in this area. At the bottom, here is your mother's maiden name. So my mother's maiden name was Dillon, D-I-L-L-O-N. So all you would do is ask your client for their mother's maiden name. You type it in, you hit submit, the application is on the way to Houston. Okay, here is the last screen. This screen tells you your application has been successfully submitted to the company, and we thank you for this business. If you click on View the Application, you will be able to make a paper copy of the application for your records, or you'll be able to create a PDF and store a PDF copy of the application on your computer. If you'd like to submit another application on the same client, you can click on this button and it'll take you back to the beginning. If you want to choose another product, you can click on this button and it'll take you back to the menu screen. Or you can say, I am done, and then you're finished with this particular process. Here is the paper application. Remember I told you that it is available in both English and in Spanish. If you choose to use the paper application, it must be signed by the client and you must see the client in person. You cannot do a paper application over the telephone. That's a good reason why you want to use the Manhattan Direct online enrollment system. It will make your life a lot easier. But if you use the paper app, you can either mail it to us, you can fax it to us, you can scan it and email it to us, or on our website, we have an upload process where you'd be able to send it to our FTP site, which is a secure transmission, so you possibly may want to use that if you're using a paper application. Okay, at the beginning, Tim told you that we would offer to do special brochures just for you. We offer that to all of our associates, where we will take our Viva Life brochures, and on the back cover, we will be happy to pre-print our brochures with your name and your contact information. When you're contracted with us, all you have to do is call Penny Hemphill. Penny, just remember Penny, her extension at the home office is 6546, and you can place your supply order. Just tell her you need Viva Life brochures for all of the different products, and you would like those to be personalized with your name. If Philip or Tim want us to put Invita Financial Network above your name, we can do that as well. We're happy to do that. I do have a funny line that I always use. and that's that there's no free lunch. If we print personalized brochures for each of you, we do expect business in return. If we don't see any business, but you ask me for, again, a new printing of brochures, don't be surprised if I ask you why no business has come in. At the bottom, you see El Garza at Manhattan Life. When you place your supply order and ask us to personalize your brochures, Lisa Garza is our graphic artist. She will set this up for you. She will send you an email asking you to verify that the name and address information and the spelling of your name is correct. You need to respond to this email because we will not print your brochures until you have confirmed that the information is correct. Once you say it's correct, we print. We'll send your brochures by UPS ground. So within 3 or 4 business days, they will be at your doorstep. We print all of our brochures in-house, so we do not have to go to any outside printer. So we print on demand. And when you order supplies, we're going to print within the next day or two, and they're going to be on the way to you. Very nice service that we offer all of our associates. I'd also like to mention that our Viva Life brochures, excuse me, our Viva Life brochures are also available in Spanish. They're available in Vietnamese. They're available in Chinese. They're available in Korean. And they're available in Russian. And they're available in Polish. So if you have any associates that are working in these markets, we are happy to personalize the brochures, not just with your name, but in the language of your choice. We also changed the pictures on the brochures so that if it would be a Vietnamese agent wanting Vietnamese brochures, we will have pictures of Vietnamese families on the brochures. Another option is if we're working with a Black American agent and they want the brochures with Black families in English, we're happy to do that as well. So all you have to do is tell Penny what you need when you place your order, and we'll be happy to personalize your brochures for the market that you're working in. Here's our agent guides. Please be sure to take a few minutes and read through the agent guides thoroughly. These will be available to you once you're contracted. They're also available once you're contracted on the website. But once you start looking at our brochures and learning more about the products, if you read through the agent guides, you're going to hear everything I told you this evening and a lot more, and it will help you make a better presentation to your client. Also, be sure to take a look at our Viva Life New Business and Underwriting Guidelines. Again, this brochure is available on the website. It's a very important brochure because it provides for you the height-weight charts for our Viva Life and Viva Living Benefits products, which are the term products. And it also provides you the height-weight chart for Viva Lifetime, which is our whole life product. Remember, I mentioned earlier, the term products are standard at Table 4, and the whole life product is standard at Table 2 rates. That's why you have 2 different height and weight charts. But both height and weight charts are very, very liberal, somewhat 5'11". The maximum weight's 321 pounds. So you're not going to find any other company that has such liberal height and weight charts. Even on our Viva Lifetime standard at Table 2, the maximum weight for 5'11" is 286 pounds. So again, very, very, lenient for you. We do tell you a whole list of unacceptable risks. We try to make our underwriting very predictable. We want you to know when you're taking an application, if the client is honest with you, whether that application is going to be approved or not. So please review all the medical conditions that we will not accept so that you don't waste your time taking an application on a client who has one of these medical conditions. We all like extra money. I'd like to offer each of you a fast start bonus. For all of our new associates, if you make 4 sales, 4 paid sales in your first 30 days after being contracted, you will receive $100. When you receive your welcome email from us, this form will be attached. All you need to do is fill in your name and your agent number, and the first 4 sales that you write must be within your first 30 days, must be paid. Provide the policy number, client's name. Either email this to me, mail it to me, however you want to get it to me. But we'll verify that these 4 sales are paid and on the books, and we'll send you a check for $100. Heck of a deal.
Hey, Al, quick question. What's the minimum size on the policies for that $100?
There is no minimum. If the minimum face amount is $25,000 on an 18-year-old, you can even have a small policy on a juvenile. I'm not worried about minimum premium. What I want is sales. Well, we want brand new agents to get started quickly because those are the agents that keep writing and do a great job for us. So minimum premium is not important, just 4 paid sales in your first 30 days.
Wow, somebody goes and writes a premium, $19 a month, and you're giving them $100.
Yes, sir.
That's sweet. Well, hey, go with your Hawaii, and then we have a few questions for you.
And we'll do that. Now, do you guys like to go traveling? We have the finest, the best incentive trips in the business today. We actually do 2 different trips each year. This year, in July, I will be going to Hawaii. We are staying at the 4 Seasons Resort on Kona for 6 nights. Okay? The premium requirement to go on this trip on a personal production basis was $100,000 net paid annualized premium. There are also agency manager qualifications as well. These trips are phenomenal. Before all of our qualifiers leave for the trip, they will receive a check from us for $1,200. With that $1,200, they can pay for their babysitting at home. They can pay for parking at the airport. They can pay for baggage fees at the airport. And they can pay for all of their meals and souvenirs while they are in Hawaii that are not provided through the conference. At our conferences, we like to allow for a lot of free time. So we only have 2 major dinners, usually on the welcome night and on the last night. We have group functions. And the rest of the time, you're going to be going out on dine-arounds. You're going to be seeing the area that we're at. And we provide you that money up front so that you can pay for lunches and you can pay for dinners that are not provided by the company. So this year, our Chairman's Club trip was Hawaii. Now, guess where we've gone in the past several years? We've gone to Europe. Last year, we spent 3 days in Prague and 3 days in Berlin. The year before that, we went to Switzerland and spent 3 days in Gstaad and 3 days in Montreux. The year before that, we went to Europe, 3 days in London, 3 days in Paris. The year before that, we went to Spain, 3 days in Madrid, 3 days in Barcelona. Now, you're starting right at the right time because our qualification started on May 1 and it ends on April 30. So you've got 11 out of the 12 months where your production will count for our trip next year. Now, it has not been announced the location yet, but I will give you the secret that it does look like we're going back to Europe next year. So it will be a fabulous trip for you to qualify. Remember, I said there are 2 trips. So this year in September, I'm also going to be going to Aspen For all of our associates that produce $50,000 of net paid annualized premium, but less than 100, they are offered a 5-day trip to Aspen. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, this is the St. Regis Hotel in Aspen that we'll be staying at during our visit to Aspen. Last year, we went to Cancun. The year before that, we went to San Francisco. And for this trip, all of our associates that qualified, they got a check for $600 before they left home for their President's Club conference. So the trips are fabulous. We have one business meeting that lasts about an hour and a half. The rest of the time, we're out as tourists, seeing the sights, going to dinners within the locations we're at, going on tours, just having a great time. So our 2 incentive trips are definitely the best in the business. Okay, Tim, that kind of wraps things up. Questions, please.
Okay, let me unmute here real quick, and everybody's going to want to listen to these questions because some of them will pertain to things that you had. First of all, Rick Zeller said that he's already wrote one of these policies, was the most simple policy he has ever written. How many pages is actually on that policy, Al?
The app or the policy?
The app. On that digital app, how many pages is there?
Well, there's actually on there, I think there's 4 or 5.
Wow.
But you know, the first one is the menu. The second one tells you about the product. The next 2 help you get a quote, and then you get into the app. You know, and the app's probably got 2 pages, and then some authorization language. So there's only 4, health questions on our application. I can tell you we've looked at many other companies' online applications. We have the best, the easiest, the quickest online application system in the business today.
Yeah, 4 not 40. That's pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're trained on 40. Hey, Rick asked, do you expect that you'll be having this where it can be done on phones? Said he wish you had a quoting system on the phones for phones. Is this
you got it, right? You have it today. It's there today. You can use the Manhattan Direct online. The enrollment system can be done on an iPad. It can be done on any smartphone. If you needed to run a true illustration, our illustration software can be done on an iPad, can be done on a smartphone. All of that is available today.
Ask and you will receive, Rick Zeller.
So, yeah, you could walk into a client's home today after you're contracted and you've downloaded the link. You can walk into a client's home with just your smartphone and you could give them a quote. You could take the app, hit submit, you're done.
And Bridget wants to know, how long do they have to wait before doing the term conversion on a child rider?
That could be done during the first policy year if you wanted to.
Okay, well,
but then I would ask why you didn't just start out buying a whole life policy at the beginning. Because remember, we offer Viva Lifetime for juveniles and for adults. So the issue ages for a juvenile are 0 to 17. But if you did start out with the term rider, and then the client wanted to convert that $10,000 of coverage, I think you have to wait. I think you have to wait till the end of the first policy year, but you could do it at the end of 1 year. You could step in and you could convert the term coverage to up to $60,000 of face amount on any permanent plan of insurance then offered by the company.
Bridget also asked, what about smokers' rates and what's the difference?
Well, we do on all of our products, you've got tobacco and non-tobacco rates. When you look at any of our brochures, we have the tobacco rates right there along with the non-tobacco rates. Tobacco rates are more expensive because, it's proven that people who have smoked have greater health risks than people who have not. So you definitely have a difference in your non-tobacco versus your tobacco rates.
Great. And Celeste asked this question. I'm going to try to get this right. What happens if spouse and the children have the benefit, but the primary spouse passes? Is the secondary spouse benefit payable at the same time, at that time, or continue in force with the children's benefits?
It continues, okay? The additional insured rider. Now, we are in the process of actually filing the additional insured rider in all states again to change it just a little bit. Today, what the rider says is that you can convert the $10,000 of coverage to a permanent plan of insurance. No, excuse me. You can convert the coverage amount for the additional insured to a permanent plan of insurance. What the rider is going to say as soon as our filing is done is that you can continue the term policy that you have for the additional insured for that term amount for the balance of the term period, so that the additional insured would not have to do a term conversion. So that's going to be the best for them, because let's say that they had purchased $250,000 of coverage on the additional insured. As soon as we get this filing done, the mom will be able to keep her $250,000 of coverage as a separate policy. Now, keep in mind, what I also told you was if the primary insured dies and there is a child rider, then the children's $10,000 of coverage is paid up for the balance of the term period or until the child would do a term conversion. So today if it happened on an in-force policy, you would have to convert the $250,000 to a permanent plan of insurance. Tomorrow, once this filing's done, you'll be able to keep the term policy on the additional insured for the balance of the term period.
Gotcha. And real quick, Penny, you're going to need to be a little more specific on your question. It just says commissions with a question mark, so I'm not quite sure what that is. Edwin wants to know, when a prospect or a customer goes to the site to do the app online, is there a Spanish link for app in Spanish?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, there is. The online application system, and I will tell you that on Viva Lifetime, we're in the process of doing all the translations right now because it's a brand new product. But the system, the online system, has a little toggle switch, and you can click on that toggle switch and go back and forth between English and Spanish, so that if you're working with a Spanish-speaking client, you can do the online application in Spanish.
Great. And Scott Lindsay asked, how do we get assigned with them again? Scott, you'll be getting an email. You've got 2 policies to write. So get with Bobby as soon as this call ends, and he'll get that forwarded to you. Henry Stallworth, do you have a return of premium with the term product?
No, sir, we do not.
All righty. That was easy.
We used to, but just to be honest with you, it is very, very, very difficult for the company to make money on a return of premium rider for 2 reasons. One, because of the very low interest rates in the market today. And number 2, because the NAIC has a very tough reserve requirement on return of premium. We're actually required to put every dollar that the client pays in premium on a return of premium rider into a reserve account, and we're not able to use that to pay you a commission. We're not able to use that money to pay any expenses. We have to just let that money sit. And without being able to use that money, very, very difficult to make a return of premium rider profitable. That's why you've seen almost all the companies in the market stop selling return of premium.
Gotcha. Celeste just texted. She said, thank you very much for the Spanish application. That's going to be huge in her market. And we want to remind everybody, check your emails. This webinar will be done tomorrow night. Luis Valdez and Rody will be doing it in Spanish, so get your team on. that's bilingual. It'll be done tomorrow night. Penny asked about the commissions again. Penny, the commissions will all be determined on what a person's level they've promoted within the company. If you get with Rick Zeller or Bobby, we'll be glad to go over with you on that. And man, Al, thank you very much for answering that knock on the door back 5 or 6 months ago. We look forward to making 2016 a year to remember, and I'm all about Hawaii. I don't know about you. $1,200 sounds pretty good too, huh?
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to love where we're going in 2017, Tim. Back to Europe, my friend. And
where are we going?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you the actual country yet, but I told you. I'm sorry.
I won't tell anybody.
Huh?
Won't tell anybody.
I hear you, man, but I'm going to tell you this. I told you where we've been already. So by the process of elimination, you could probably have only 2 or 3 guesses, and you'll be right on one of them.
I know. I just want you to make me feel special. Hey, man, let's knock this out of the park. Plug in tomorrow night, guys, and we'll be in Dallas. Philip Hudgens and Ms. Cammie Hudgens will be doing live meetings all week in Dallas, Texas. Guys, thank you. Al, thank you again, and I will see you in Houston. God bless.
Hey, Tim, if you'd like me to repeat this another Sunday night for everybody, happy to do it.
Amy, write that down. He's committed.
I'll do. See, as long as I'm in town, if you need me in an evening to put this on, you just got to holler.
Sounds good. We just got to change that in Viva Life. Talk to you later, buddy.
Have a good evening, people. Thank you.
Bye-bye.